Yo, Gold Gang, baby. What's good? Yeah, I'm hurt, B. I'm legitimately hurt. I know, people normally try to wait a couple minutes until, people start coming in the room, but I just get it popping like automatically. Y'all come when y'all come. Catch up with the beginning afterwards if you want. It is what it is. As y'all see, man, home, baby, gym. But yeah, man, I'm hurt, yo. Like legitimately hurt. I've been running with the squad from the beginning. Real BRC. I mean that. And I meant that. Everything I ever said in any blog, I meant it. I didn't say it to be a part of anything or anybody. I came across some brothers who, I felt like we were definitely on the same type time with a lot of things. We agreed on a lot of things. And again, nobody ever agrees on 100%. So this has nothing to do with that. And if you come in here because you think I'm about to start taking shots at individuals, nah, that's not my style either. Or if you come in here thinking I'm about to bomb on people and start telling secrets and all of that, nah, that's not what I do. Under no circumstance. Never did it, not going to do it. But I'm disturbed, Joe. I'm disturbed. YMF. YMF, you the bro, you know that. You know that. But just like with Battle Truth, how that's my guy in real life, like that's my friend, and you've seen me address things that he said and done where he was wrong, or I felt like he was wrong, and y'all rocked with that, man. Because again, I'm no respecter of persons. When I'm wrong, when I'm out of pocket, I gotta be checked for that. And it's up to me when somebody's checking me how I'm gonna take it or accept it. Whether it's criticism to make me better or something that I just have to do differently, whatever the case may be. Especially constructive criticism, and especially from people you know got love for you and people who you have love for. But if this is what it is, fellas, if this is what it's going to be, how can I rock or run with that when I've publicly spoken against it, B? All right, before I even get off into that, let me start by saying the haters, y'all don't like me, you didn't like me, you're not going to. You're not going to. You're going to come here just to hate, and it's not going to never affect me because y'all like nobodies, big nobodies. Do something, man, I forget his name, but I pinned this comment in one of my prior blogs. He just left like a hour ago, talking about, yo, Cassidy lost. I'm not going to do this with y'all. Yeah, y'all blog. I'm not going to be doing this with y'all bloggers. I'm not going to be watching y'all stuff or going back and forth and commenting. I'm not doing this with y'all this time. This is the second time. Blah blah blah. I definitely pinned that. I ain't even have to cook him like I could or would. I seen this picture in his page. Man, he's goofy. He's a weirdo. But all I had to do was just expose how retarded he sound. So all of that stuff he posted on my joint. Yo, I'm not doing this with y'all for a second time. I'm not doing this with the bloggers. He said as he, for the second time, does this with the bloggers. How does that make sense, bro? How does that make sense for you to come and watch me non-stop watching my videos and then telling me how you not gonna watch my videos? I'm not okay, whatever, man, but kill yourself. So to all of y'all, man, to the haters, y'all gotta realize this is not for y'all anyways, because y'all, as much as y'all talk about being unbiased and all of that, and you get upset because you think people are biased, that's exactly what y'all are. You got your minds made up that no matter what, under no circumstance, no new evidence or anything can change your minds, and that's fine. I don't want to change your mind. I'm not here to do that. But what y'all not going to do is determine my content. Never. Can somebody Go through my entire catalog of videos since I've been here, and can you point out one time where I allow somebody to dictate what I do on my channel, on my page, in my life? You can't do that, no. But anyways, man, so back to the lecture at hand. YMF, man, you know I got love for you. You know that. You know I've been rocking with you from the beginning. I done wrote on other people when they came at you wrong. Them goofy pictures that somebody was putting out, that Piper Boy put on his page, that was lame. Especially since we got real pictures of Piper Boy, videos, and not just him, other people, but whatever. We got real pictures, but it was somebody, one of YMF friends or something like that. Yeah, this is somebody that knows him. This is him. He got on a costume, a Comic-Con costume, and a choker and all of that. That wasn't even him. Like, y'all look goofy with that. The hate is just that serious, and it's not gonna stop being that serious. But anyways, YMF, man, you the bro. You know that. But we spoke earlier about some things that transpired, and y'all need to know. And when I say y'all, I'm not talking about the Real BRC bros and nothing. I'm talking about the masses, the people, the individuals, the subscribers, the listeners, the watchers. Y'all need to know I would not have, under any circumstance, done this, gone live, or spoken about this publicly at all, because this conversation transpired earlier. Y'all would have never heard about it. But YMF did a public, like he did a live, sharing with the world what he was saying to me. And so I'm just going, again, I never say anything about somebody that I don't say to them, or whatever the case may be. So YMF, when you see this, you already know this ain't nothing that's new. This is not anything you ain't heard when you first started saying it earlier today. So earlier today, YMF was just talking about, you know, the people that Cass had with him. He wished Cass had different people with him, and you know, people who was moving differently. So initially, I didn't know exactly what he was talking about. I didn't know whether he was talking about people who would be, you know, hyping or hype off the rhymes. We see that in battle rap all the time, where people have their hype men, and their hype man is back there going crazy over bars, and everybody else is like, wait, what? That makes it look worse. That makes it look worse, because that's a visual. That's a visual of being around yes men. When you say something that's just not even hot at all, and your hype man is going bananas. So I wasn't sure if that's what you was talking about, but what the bro shared, man, what he said was, nah, I'm talking about when that little scuffle happened, when Ars, you know, was trying to shake Cass pushed him off of him. He wished that Cass's peoples would have reacted differently. Bro, how can I, number one, co-sign that, and how can I, number two, not say anything about it? I don't know if you watch my blogs, or how many of them you watch, or if you watch them all the way through, but you see what's been happening in battle rap, bro? Like, really, do you see what has been happening in battle rap? And if you have seen it, do you see what I've been saying about it? What all of these dudes do, and I think it's super duper corny, bro. I think it's super duper corny. First of all, this is battle rap. This is a form of entertainment. But number two, and could be even number one above that, this is a business. This is a business. We talking about some young black men, young brothers who started their business, man, started a company, and they putting things together, generating income, and helping change people's lives. For everything, for the criticisms that I've had about Smack URL, how they do business and what they should do differently and everything, at the end, and I think that they should be paying certain battlers more with their worth and all of that. That aside, they are helping change people's lives, bro, because these dudes cannot eat anywhere else. They can't eat anywhere else. Why do you think the hate is so deep and so real and so strong when it comes to anybody who has had industry success coming into the battle rap world? Why do you think they envy them so much, to the point where they try to stain their names? It's not exclusive to Cassidy. Did the same thing to Ness, did the same thing to King Los, did the same thing to Joe Budden. All of the industry dudes, they hate on them. They can't stand the fact that these brothers have had success where they failed. The envy is so deep, it's to the point where they try to take the industry rappers' biggest successes and try to flip it to make it a negative thing. Like I said, with Joe Budden, it's the pump it up joint. With Cass, it's the work he did with Swiss Beats, all the work he put in with Rough Riders, the reputation he's had for killing everything moving, battle rapping. Uh, the hit with R. Kelly, Hotel. Mashonda, Gets No Better. Ars just did the same thing. Gets No Better. He does these hit songs. He has this success that all of these brothers wish that they had, and not only just secretly wish that they had, are still currently, this very moment, trying to achieve that. So they take these successes that these other brothers have, and they try to flip it like, oh yeah, that's whack. Yeah, you had a hit, Pump It Up, or you had a hit, Hotel, the biggest song in the world, on the charts for whatever. Yeah, you was a huge artist. That's a bad thing, because this is battle rap. This is the graveyard for people who couldn't make it to the industry. That's what battle rap initially was, man. Let's be real about it. Let's be real about it, y'all. What did I tell y'all when I was talking about the old Smack DVD days? When you go watch those and who Smack was with, he's traveling with the Dipset. He's down in Miami with them, and he's just with all of these industry artists, and he was fostering beef a lot of the times between brothers. That part I didn't like, but whatever. But if the dudes who he had on his Smack DVDs, the famous industry artists, if they would have agreed to settle their differences with the people they were beefing with, let's just leave it to the musical beef, the dudes who were going back and forth on wax, on tracks. If they would have agreed to battle it out on a stage, do you think Smack is calling Party Artie up? Do you think he's contacting or the Midwest movement? You think any of those brothers are coming through? He's getting calls, or he's paying for gas and tolls, or he's booking hotel rooms. We would have never heard of them. This is what the original vision was to get established artists doing it, and they know that, because all of them were trying to be established artists. They just couldn't establish themselves. That's where the hate and jealousy and envy is coming from. Then you factor in where the hip-hop industry has been going and how trash it's been, and these guys are actually putting words and stuff together. So it's like, man, yo, we better than these dudes. We saying more. So, but anyways, so IMF, man. So you haven't been seeing what has been going on in battle rap with these brothers almost fighting and stuff escalating to these situations, and you haven't been seeing my perspective on that. I'm standing on the same exact principles I stood on before and will continue to stand on. I don't want that in battle rap, but that's exactly what you not only were looking for, asking for, you actually, and not even just condoning, you saying you wanted to take part in that. You wanted to come in mashed up, burn it down. You wanted Cass's people, when that happened, to set it off. Yeah, forget this battle. This battle is a dub. This battle is a dub. Just get busy. Are you serious, bro? It's a lot of people in there, people who pay money to be entertained, to hear raps. And I don't know if you're familiar with Philly, and I do know this. You're definitely not familiar with the individuals that Cassidy had with him. And ours had people with him too. I don't know anything about them. I don't know, whatever. But the dudes that Cass had with him, do you understand? Nah, you don't. You don't understand what could have really, truly transpired in that situation if something had gone left. And unfortunately, which we see all the time, and I live here, so when the news comes on at night on my television and my cable, it's the Philadelphia news. So I'm watching it and reading the newspapers and all of this every day, and we're seeing this every day in Philly, shootings. And unfortunately, it might not even be 50-50. It might be more often than not the people who end up catching bullets, a lot of times dying and everything, aren't even the ones who had any involvement. It's the innocent bystanders. And you talking about, this is a building with a few thousand individuals in there. They had exits or whatever, but it was packed in there. You could barely move. People would have been getting trampled. If something popped off, do you understand how bad that could have got, bro? And that's what you asking for? And for what? And for what, bro? enough for you to publicly go live and say, yeah, Cass, the dudes that you had with you, a lot of those people, his family, dudes that been holding him down forever, and you saying, nah, yeah, you need people, you need a squad full of me's. Like you need a bunch of people like me, people who want to mask up and come here burn it down for a battle rap event, bro. At the end of the day, Arsenal was definitely out of pocket. I'm not with all the touching in battle rap anyways. I think that's trash. I like the old battle rap where it don't even have to be a pool table between you, but the old battle rap where people know, yo, we here to rap, so rap your raps, out rap me, just be a better rapper than I am. You know, if you want to get personal, you can do that. If you want to tell your lies, do that. But with all the physical touching, that's not part of it because that's no longer rap anymore. But battle rap is at that place now where you got to be street tough. So that's the way to show that you street tough. Again, with the pocket taps, and I mentioned this in my Shotgun Suge blogs that I did when he was ducking Jag, and I was talking about, yeah, that's a sucker move, and that's not the first sucker thing we've been seeing Suge do. We seen Suge do a lot of sucker stuff, man, if we being honest. The pocket taps, when he started doing that, he started doing it in a time where it was still kind of those rules where, nah, you don't touch nobody, man. Keep your hands to yourself and just rap. So when he was doing that at that time, it was like still shock factor. It was a shock value to it because it's like, yo, this dude really, and tapping somebody's pockets. Look, man, if you in jail, locked up, or if you just on the streets, somebody taps your pockets, that's a problem. But also in jail well, ain't no pockets in prison, but on the streets, when somebody tap your pockets, they don't just tap and then back up and then wait for people to ooh and ah. When they tap your pockets, they going in those joints. But so we as Shotgun Suge started doing that and battle rap started to evolve, or I call it devolving, going backwards, it was more and more people putting hands on people. And then what we would see in face-offs or promos and all of that is people just talking about, yeah, nah, I'm not letting them touch me. I'm not letting them put hands on me. And then Suge started being selective with, it was people who said, yeah, I dare this dude to touch my pockets. Suge, you know better. And with those individuals, Suge wasn't touching them. And the first time he was doing pocket taps every battle for a while, crowd going crazy. Then the first time he got in there with somebody who don't really play that game like that, Suge ain't tap pockets. So you already know 15 minutes of fame, hip hop is real. All of those cameras that wait for the battle rappers after the battle and talk to them and recap, you already know that that's one of the first things they all ask him. Yo, so you ain't tap his pockets. And what was Suge's response? Well, nah, you know, because I did that like 12 battles straight. I'm exaggerating, but I did that mad battle straight. Like, it's kind of old, so. And he was like on some, I hung it up. So I'm like, all right, I can respect that until the next time he battles somebody that's not like that, and he started tapping pockets again. And then it went back to not tapping pockets when there's somebody who told him he not playing. But yeah, so that's where battle rap is now. Sorry about that tangent, y'all. But I'm really trying to paint this picture for you because I really want y'all to understand. And maybe not everybody has been following my blogs when I've been breaking down these situations, these fights in battle rap and the stuff Tay-Rock has been doing. And, you know, or not just Rock, it's not exclusive to him. Just these battle rappers, period, where this whole street tough, this whole thug, I can fight, I get busy. And this is not raps to me. This is real. This is my real life. The entry of that whole energy, I thought was trash, and I've been condemning it from the beginning. So to see one of my bros, man, the dude that I done went to war with, not war against, but war with, a dude that, man, I rock with as an individual, to see you go on camera and do that, bro, that undermines everything that we stand for, or everything that I stand for. And I thought that, no, we don't agree on everything. It's certain, you know, secondary, tertiary, certain, you know, issues that we don't agree on, but the main stuff, the real battle rap community, what battle rap really needs, overall, period, not just centered around one individual or anything, but really trying to make a mark and really trying to get battle rap to where it's supposed to be. Do you think that the stuff that you are championing, the stuff that you have said in this, how do you think that makes you look? How do you think that would have made people look? Let's say that was allowed and that is what happened. Do you think that's a step forward for battle rap or a step backwards? Which one is it? And is it really about the real battle rap community where we really want to see battle rap flourish where it's supposed to? Do you understand that Sunday night, if anything that you just said that you wanted to happen, whether it was you that was part of it and sparked it off or took part in it, or whether it was the people he had with him, do you realize that if that would have gone down, that's not helping battle rap? That's not real. And that's not even real at the end of the day, to be honest. That's not real, B. That's not real, man, at all. That's not real. A whole venue full of us. A whole venue full of brothers. And you want to talk about taking it to that level, to that degree. And again, man, with Arsenal, you think Arsenal is a threat? Do you think Arsenal is a gangster for real? I know that flagging he does and all of that. I know. That's all persona, y'all. He ain't real, yo, fam. We saw it. We saw it already. We saw situations that get real. We saw it, and you saw how he carried it. You saw what happens when things get real with him. Right there, off the rip, it's a dub for him. He's over. I will never view him as no gangster. I will never view him as no supreme Grape Street Crip. I don't care how many California blocks he's been to. Dude, you a celebrity. You have a name. You're a battle rapper with status. You going on them blocks ain't the same as just some regular dude false flagging going out there. It's just the facts. So I don't care how many pictures you took in front of Jordan Downs on some, yo, I'm here, y'all. I'm in front. You see, it say Jordan Downs right here. Not everybody can do this. I don't care. We know him. That was all performance, yo. That was all entertainment. And it wasn't even like, now granted, as from man to man, that's violation, just touching people, period. And the fact that it wasn't like, because the first time he just tapped Cass's pockets, whatever, that's all performance. But the second time when he went to grab him, y'all been watching the face-offs, you've been watching the interviews beforehand and what everybody's been saying. You heard what was said on Angry Fan, Danny Myers and all of those guys. Yeah, because we told Arsenal that he have to do that. If he don't do that, automatically he loses. Now Arsenal's caught between a rock and a hard place. So what do you think he's going to choose? What do you think he's going to choose? When people are saying, if you don't do that, automatically you lose the battle and you soft. Which, again, we already have enough information about Arsenal as, not as a battle rapper, not as an entertainer, but I'm talking about as a person, as a dude, as a man. We already have enough information to have drawn our conclusion that that's not legit. This dude wasn't on no city blocks. He wasn't shooting at nobody. He wasn't knuckling down. And that's just not who he was. He's portraying that. So with that in mind and knowing, and that's a fact. That's not fiction. We're not guessing. We know that, man. We know that. We know that he's not. He didn't pose no real threat. Again, I don't know the dudes he had with him. He could have had some killers with him, but they was outnumbered, and it would have gotten bad. So when it gets bad and bullets start flying, or even if nobody had pistols in there, which I know for a fact that that's not the case, but even if it was just with brawls, it was people spread throughout the crowd. Everybody that was there with Cass, his entourage, or his family, friends, and all of that, everybody that was there with him or who was riding with him or for him wasn't on the stage. It was people in the crowd. And I'm thinking it was the same exact thing with us. I don't think everybody that was there with him was on the stage. And then you don't know what battle rappers or their entourages would be riding with him. That's what I'm saying. So it's people that's going to be rushing the stage. It's people that's going to be fighting in the crowd with a whole bunch of innocent people there, women and everything in there. People high and drunk, you know they can't move, and you couldn't even move in there anyways. Do you understand how bad that could have gotten? And for what? And for what? Arsenal was not a legitimate threat. The dude almost went into cardiac arrest because somebody called him out on a lie he told about Suge. He got called out. First of all, it was he showed where he was at in that regard when they asked him about Suge, and he denied knowing him. That's like if I was at the event and somebody was asking me, yo, what's good, where YMF at? I don't know. what you need to talk to him about. I probably wouldn't even ask that. What you want to talk to him about is whatever. But I don't really know YMF. I don't know. I'm not going to do that. And then I get on the stage and I got a microphone. Yo, shout out to the Real BRC, man. Enlightened Illumination, Double R, Airflow Spitter, everybody, man. Route 215, yo, YMF. And then the people I denied him to start coming up to the stage, and then I'm tapping everybody around me. Yo, watch them. Then afterwards, I'm whispering, yo, can you help me get me out of here? Calico talking about the after party, trying to show him love in his city, trying to show him around. And look, man, after this ain't personal. This ain't nothing like that. Yo, it's about to be an after party. You about to get some drinks, pop bottles. There's going to be girls. Yo, get me out of here. Ain't even want no parts of it, B. Off of a beef that ain't even his. It was it was his man. So that's what I'm saying. Do y'all know how to read people, yo? Stop getting real life and rap confused. Stop. You just heard what Arsenal said. Yeah, I just got a house off of you. Fam, the whole promo, Arsenal's talking about how he been living it up. You see how I've been living for the past such and such. He moved wild times, but with this battle, he got himself a house. That's what I'm saying. Y'all got to be able to filter through the BS, man. Filter through that, y'all. But yeah, YMF, man, that was irresponsible. That's irresponsible. And honestly, man, that's an insult. That's an insult to Cassidy's people. Them brothers came there, and I said this in the blog where, as a matter of fact, it was a response blog to Battle Truth, who's my friend. But being my friend, me being cool with you, is not you being above reproach. It's not me going along with everything that you say and do and co-signing it and saying, oh yeah, that's okay, when I don't really believe that. That ain't real love, yo. And we're going to get into that too with this battle. We're going to get into that. But yeah, man, YMF, bro, that was out of pocket, B. And you did it publicly, man. This is the thing. Y'all know my name. My nickname, well, not nickname, but my name on here. People call me Jersey 9 and now, but that was just my channel's name. Melvin Bryant. I'm an athlete. I'm a competitor. I played sports and I was good at them. Everything I did, for the most part, when it comes to sports, I was good at, and I prospered at it. But I say that to say this. I played football on a pretty high level, man. Played college ball, Division I school, everything. Football is the ultimate team sport. There's no sport where there's more players on the team or on the field or the court at the same time. Football is the ultimate team sport. There's no room for me. There's no room for narcissism or anything like that. You really have to know how to work as a unit. The word unit means one. You and I, unicycle, unity. To unite means one, to come together as one. So when we shouting the Real BRC, when I'm shouting that and you shouting that, we are automatically associated with one another. And we're automatically associated with everybody who lives under that banner, man, or works under that banner. So, again, just like I don't allow anybody to control my content, I don't want to try to control anybody else's content. But what I do want to say, that's irresponsible, bro. And now, y'all already know, man, they've been coming at the Real BRC and accusing us of different things. I used this illustration, man. I dropped a post before this, just letting everybody know I was going to go live. And what I was saying was the feeling that I got, and I don't know how many of y'all can relate to this. Those of you who are from the cities and lived in the cities your whole lives and everything, you may not be able to relate to this. I don't know. But for those of you who you could have grown up in the city, or if you went off somewhere, moved to the suburbs, or went to college where it wasn't a whole lot of you, but you're coming from the city, you can relate to this illustration. But there's always negative stigmas when it comes to us, man, as brothers, as black people, as black men, as black women. There's always negative stigmas. When you hear about things like, when I say words, buzzwords, like welfare or Section 8 housing, poverty, when I say things like that, drug use, drug dealer, a lot of non-black individuals, they associate that stuff with us automatically. They associate that with us. So when they think of black people, that's what they think of. All of those things come to mind. And when they hear any of those things, black people is the first thing that comes to mind. Like I said, the welfare system. Like we all on welfare, we the only ones and all of that. But so me growing up in the suburbs, man, I definitely had situations where individuals will be misinformed and they move based off of stereotypes. So they automatically label you, stereotype you, all of that. So one of the frustrating things, one of the most frustrating things that I used to ever see or deal with is I would be out somewhere where I'm from, you know, or around where I'm from, a surrounding area, and there wouldn't be a whole lot of black people, but you would just hear white people talking about, just running down a whole list of stereotypes. And you know, with me, man, nah, you don't get that off of me. I check all of that. Yeah, you get checked for that, man. Get that out of here, bro. I'm smarter than you are. I'm more educated than you are. I have more than you do. What are you saying? So yeah, we all stupid. We all, you know, dropouts. None of us have fathers around. We all have babies, and then we leave them. And so I would check them for that, and I would shut that down. Or you know, just even with smaller stereotypes, like we'd be in the movies or something in the suburbs, be in the movies, and you know, you'll hear them talking about, yeah, yo, well, why they so loud? Black people so loud, blah blah blah, and then people would live up to it. The negative stereotypes, sometimes even on purpose. That's one thing that I never liked. Like, we can't get mad at these stereotypes and then turn right around and live up to them. We can't do that. The two don't go together. It's either one or the other. If you're going to insist on living up to it, then wear that. Wear that. But if you're going to shut it down and shut it all the way down, yo, nah, man. Not all of us are ignorant people, and it's ignorant people of every single race, color, creed, and all of that. But anyways, man, so this is, and I brought that up. I use that illustration because y'all know what they've been saying about us, because I know they saying it on my joints. I know they saying it on your platforms. Every chance they get, they literally come here specifically to hate, yo. It's even different when, if it's on one of their videos and you know, just in the comments, and the Real BRC comes up and they just in their videos jacking about us. That's even different, but they come to our joints to hate. So the worst thing that we can do is live up to the stuff that they say about us after we deny it. Like, I know I deny it, bro. Don't put certain things on me. Nah, when I say the Real BRC, I mean that. I mean I love battle rap as a whole. I mean that. I wear that. I mean I'm for the growth of it. Not when it suits me or when it suits somebody that I personally, that I'm a fan of. Nah, B. No. So I'm not gonna, with Tay Rock, for instance, I'm not gonna bomb on him for all of this stupid, weird stuff that he's doing, inciting physical violence and taking part in it, all for what, some image or something, and it's all battle rap, and he's a fraud anyways, and it's fake. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do these blogs saying it's wrong when he does it, but then say, nah, but it's cool because YMF was gonna do it, and YMF is the bro. Nah, bro, but you bombed on Tay Rock too. That was corny when he did it too. So you already know the narratives that they spinning, that everything that we say and do is specifically designed to defend Cassidy, to hype him up, or to have his back, or whatever. That's all we are. That's all we are, and that's all we do. Is we Cassidy stands, don't care about nobody else. So if you can do blogs killing Tay Rock for doing something like that, and then turn around and go live and say that you wanted to do something like that and wanted his people to do something like that, especially on his behalf, how does that make us all look when you waving that TRBRC flag, B? How does that make us all look, man? Now, I fought hard for the reputation that I have. I fought hard for that because of the fact that it's a whole bunch of goofies and weirdos who don't care about truth and who say these things about us. And my platform isn't big. I don't even watch my numbers like that, but my platform isn't huge. So these people who have bigger platforms, if they saying this to 5,000 people, and then it's 500 people watching my joints or following me or anything, it's already, the narrative is already going to be that they know what they talking about and they've been here longer and, you know, this is real. Nah, bro. Nah. Fam, did you just see what I had to, You see how I just had to fight for the truth? Shout out again to Swave 7. The videos I dropped yesterday, the first joints when I was talking about, the battle, addressing it and everything, and I was talking about the first round because that's the only round I saw. I got called a liar. Nah, you watched all of it. You feel like he lost, and you just ashamed, and now you wanna. So I was a liar for that. Then I was biased because I said, nah, I caught the first round. Cass ain't lose that first round. There's nothing that nobody could tell me he ain't lose that. Not to Arsenal. Then we gonna break that battle down. But I'm very strategic with what I say and how I say it as well. I'm responsible with my words. But yeah, man, I done lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. But yeah, nah, man, we all under this Real BRC banner, bro, and we got to be responsible with it. How can I take part? How can I can't rock with hypocrites. I can't. Because I can't be that's what I was saying. I fought for my reputation. So I said what I said about the first round, and it's automatically, oh yeah, you a dick eater, you a D eater. Oh, you only saying that because you trying to rescue Cassidy, and oh, you just. And I'm like, nah, fam. And you know what? I would have even second guessed myself if it was just me and Ars was up there cooking, and then Cass was just trash, and it was just me. I would have second guessed, like, man, well, I am lightheaded. I did catch a contact. I might be out of it. Am I biased? I'd have to check myself for that. Am I biased? Am I just, because I am a fan of Cass, but I'm also a fan of Arsenal too. So, but still, but I was literally standing next to Swave 7. He's on my right. It was tight in there anyways, but we was on the stage platform. He was right next to me on my right. Don DeMarco's on my left. When I say it was like every not every bar, but every point in Arsenal's round where he said something that was supposed to be a heavy hitter and it was just straight up garbage. Swave looked at me, I looked at Swave, and Swave just kept asking after every time, like, yo, is he serious? Is he serious? Then it got to the point where Don DeMarco was trying to save him, trying to rescue Arsenal, because he was saying garbage and wasn't getting reaction because it was garbage. And it was one time after Don DeMarco saw that, he was trying to hype the crowd up and everything. So Arsenal said something, and I think it might have been a line, and he ran back. I think it was the part where he was talking about, that was just his second round where he was saying against a dude who really never lost. See, first he said who nearly never lost, but then when he ran it back, he said what he really meant. Because when you heard him say nearly, you could tell that's not even what he meant. But when he ran it back, he said what he said against somebody who really never lost. You got a dude talking about he's 5,003 versus somebody who really never lost or whatever. But Don DeMarco started just jamming on the button, man, dang, 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 or stuff like that. It was something that he did, and Swave literally reached, because he's on my right, Don DeMarco's on my left. Swave literally reached in front of me. He pardoned him. So he reached in front of me. He grabbed Don DeMarco's right hand, and he was like, yo, stop, yo, don't do that. Don't do that, B. Don't try to save him, because Arsenal was garbage. Garbage. But I'm a D eater. So anyway, so I told that story. And even the way that I even started it off, and as soon as I said it, of course, oh yeah, you trying to save Cassidy already. No, I'm not. Whatever. But I'm telling that story, and at the time, Swave 7 ain't have nothing out on Hip Hop is Real, 15 Minutes of Fame, nothing like that at all. Saying any of that. None of it. As a matter of fact, that just came out today. So where they on Hip Hop is Real, they asked Swave about it for a breakdown of the battle, and so he was breaking down the card, but he didn't want to break down the Cassidy Arsenal drink because he said he's going to be on a podcast. He was like, yeah, I'm going to be on the podcast tonight. So if they shot that on Sunday or shot it yesterday, then the podcast probably came out, whatever it's on. I'm going to definitely check that out. But again, just something else that legitimizes everything that I said. I already know what Swave is going to say because I was there when he said it. I'm the one he said it to, stupid. He said it to me, he said it to Don DeMarco, like, yo, this is crazy. So whenever Swave breaks that drink down, and earlier today I was asking, if anybody knows how to get in touch with him, I would definitely like to see if we could, chop it up for just a couple minutes so you can hear it directly from his mouth. But now I don't even have to do that, because if he's going on the podcast to break the battle down, he's going to be real about it. He's going to say exactly what he was saying while it was happening. And that was one of the first things I said. If I was standing next to almost any other battle rapper, almost anyone, there's maybe a select few, But if I was standing next to any other battle rapper and they was doing that and saying that next to me, like, yeah, nah, that was garbage. Like, is he serious? If they was going off like that, I would have never put it out in the public. I would have never said that, because a lot of those dudes have relationships with each other, and with something like that, they wouldn't want it to be out on anybody's blog or anybody's media. They wouldn't want that, and I wouldn't want to cause any type of trouble. So even though, that's true, and the dude felt like that, and even if I felt like, yo, it's whack that he feels that way but can't even say it because he doesn't want to offend, somebody that he's a friend with, because that's just not how I move. A real friend is going to tell you the hard stuff, just like I did with YMF just now, bro. I got genuine love for you, but you out of pocket on this one. Totally out of pocket. Totally. And then I'm gonna be accused now, not by nobody in the Real BRC, but just the people. I'm gonna be accused of defending Cassidy again when I say this. But yo, how offensive is that to that man? How offensive is that to that man, yo? Were you talking about, yo, nah, the people that you was with wasn't solid? You're essentially just saying, yeah, nah, they was trash, they was whack, they ain't know how to carry it. And I'm telling you what I know. I grew up around here. I know who the hitters are and who the hitters ain't. I went to college in Philly at that time when the ball was running around and everything. The people that he with, I know who's solid and who's not, bro. The people that he was with, if something jumped off, they was all good. They were good. It's the rest of us that may not have been good. It's Arsenal and his entourage. Anybody on stage could have just got hit in the mix of the scuffle. The people in the crowd, because he had people in the crowd too. That's what I'm saying, bro. Do you know how bad that could have got? And for what? At the end of the day, this is a battle. It ain't even like Arsenal was on some super duper violation. It was a violation because he touched him. It shouldn't have been all of that touching anyways. The pocket tap is one thing. Even with the touching his chest or his waist or whatever, that's another thing. But when you grab and then you like trying to hold on, that's another. But Cass, man, he a grown man. He pushed him off of it. And when Arsenal got pushed off, did Arsenal step up and try to do anything? Did he put his dukes up like he wanted to go at it? Nah. It was one of the big dude on Arsenal's left was the one that stepped up. Then it was security that got involved. Beasley came up. But it wasn't like that. Arsenal wasn't with no smoke like that, bro. That was for the show. If it was a genuine threat, I would have felt you on that. Dead serious, B. I would have felt you on that. But nah, to those brothers, they definitely know how to hold that man down. Now, again, another thing I was wondering if you was talking about, like, all right, well, is it that they should have been hyping all his rhymes up on some Spliff Star, like Busta Rhymes, like everything he say, they gonna jump around and react? We've seen that in battles, bro. We've seen battle rappers have that, where they hype men is yelling and screaming and they the only ones. We've seen that. That does not make it come across any better. In fact, it makes it come across worse. Then to real individuals, that makes you question how real the love is. People who would be willing to do that, to be yes men and to just go along with it and to hype his stuff up, knowing, yeah, that wasn't. We've heard way better, bro. We've heard way better from Cass, man, and that's what I want to get into now with my bros, the Real BRC. Y'all know how I feel about y'all, and that's dead real. And I'm most definitely not disrespecting y'all in this way and accusing y'all of being liars, stands, groupies, or anything like that. Y'all really may feel like that was some of his best material and all of that. I genuinely hope that that's the way you feel. I genuinely hope that that's the way you feel. I personally don't feel that way. I know too much of his catalog. I've seen too much. Man, he wasn't playing when in the face-off when he said if he offered $100 for 4 bars, bro. We can go four albums or 4 mixtapes worth of material for $100. For $10, like everybody knows his stuff, bro. You seen Hollow spitting it. The rappers who condemn and hate him and talk so bad about him like he's nobody and he wasn't never that hot or whatever, or he hasn't been hot since 06. They all know his stuff too, man. He's a dope rapper. He's by far the dopest one. Listen, There's nobody in the URL that can out rap that dude. Talking just out rapping. That's just a fact. As a matter of fact, I broke down with the Disaster Battle when he did the Diz impression. I broke down what I liked about that the most. Why I really liked that. And what I liked about it the most was it showed that yes, the dude can literally do what they do way better than they do it. So if he would have done that with Goods and with Arsenal, if he would have did they style on them, but put his own bars in there, it would have been the same deal. And that's the same exact thing with everybody on the roster. Danny Myers, Cortez, T-Rex, anybody's style, Arsenal, you name it. He would have been able to, if he was going to do like mimic their style and put his own bars to it, he's better than all of them. All of them. That's not even the contest, B. And that's what that's a credit to what he's talking about when he says the science. When he's listening to these rappers and all of that, he's not listening to them like a lot of people do. He's listening to their flow, their delivery, their rhyme pattern, what they emphasize, how many syllables and what they rhyme and their content. He's analyzing all of that in that type of way. It's not just on some, okay, it's a bar, okay, he did a scheme. Nah, man, I'm talking down to the syllable. I'm talking down to the references, all of that. So the way his mind works, he has the ability, if he wanted to take their style and rap, he'll put together better raps in their own style than all of, they can't out rap him in that way. But with what I saw, and again, I saw the first round when it happened on stage live. And again, I said this earlier, but since I was live, there was a lot of times where the joint was getting cut off. And there's something else. One more thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna cut this a little shorter. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, but but I saw the second and the third. That's not the best cast, bro. That's not the best cast I heard. It's not even close to the best Cassidy I've heard, yo. But when I hear him say that he's at a 9.5, 10 of his ability, that's what I'm gauging it by. I'm not talking about 9.5, 10 based on other battle rappers or anything. I'm talking about based on him, his ability. He's at a 9.5, 10. I had a completely different image. Completely different. Completely. He wasn't close to a 9.5, 10 of his ability to me. With his rounds, first, second, and third, but mainly second and third too. With his second and third rounds, bro, he wasn't the best Cassidy. Period. He could have spit the bars from any of his freestyles, and those would have hit way harder than his rhymes in the in this Arsenal battle. The saddest part to me is that Arsenal was dirt. Arsenal was dirt, y'all. I was upset about that. Two of my favorites. One of my favorite rappers of all time, and then one of my favorite battlers of all time. And the sad part to me is that I think both of them took it seriously. I do. But this, and what I've been saying is not exclusive to Cassidy. I'm gonna get into Arse too, and I'm gonna break down the other battles as well. But Arsenal is in the same exact boat. Arsenal definitely got people around him who or people who heard his rhymes and co-signed them, unless he didn't spit the rhymes that he spit for them. But he definitely had people co-signing his rhymes like, yo, this is the illest Arsenal that y'all have ever heard. This is the illest one. He ain't never come this hard in his life. Never. And then for him to come with what he came with, fam, in that first round alone, breaking down bars in that first round, Arse did not make it into double digits as far as bars go. He ain't even make it past my first hand. Y'all can go to Genius, man. Y'all can go look at the bars and the lyrics and all of that. Delivery can get you more points when you say certain things a certain way, but at the end of the day, with the bars, it still has to be something to work with. Like a super duper trash bar even delivered in a good way, it's still a trash bar. It may not be super duper trash, it may be funny, but it's still a trash bar. And Arsenal was awful, y'all. Awful. I can't wait to hear Swade's take on it because I want y'all to hear it more than I want to hear it because I already heard it. I want y'all to hear it so I don't got to keep hearing about, oh, Jersey Nine is lying. He's lying about such and such. Just like saying I lied about being on the stage. Again, I was shooting that earlier and it was cutting in and out. Go watch go turn on the Cassidy battle that they got on Live Nation and look at the top and you can see a gold hat. And if you look closely, you can see it's a gold Eagles hat. A gold Eagles hat. That's me. So you can see where I am. You can see that I'm there. You can see when I'm there, and you can see when I'm not there no more. At one point, you can even see me taking my shirts off. That's after I collapsed. I had my head down. I was slumped on Don DeMarco's table. And I had to try to take my shirts off and everything. I was dying. I had to leave. I couldn't take it no more. That smoke was killing me. The heat on the stage was killing me. It was all bad. And that's why I said I can't go to no event no more. If they're going to allow smoking in there like that to the point where everybody smoking back to back, like there's nowhere to go to get away from it at all. There's no relief. I can't, like, I physically can't. I don't got that in me physically to do that. Or if I'm being honest, like morally, I don't smoke, so I don't be around people while they smoke. There are people I know who smoke, but they don't do it around me. I'm not around that. There's no reason for me to be around it. That's just not me. That's not my style. But I wanted to link up with the bros after the event. I couldn't even make it. Then I had to work. I had to be up at 2:30, actually 2 o'clock, because I had to be at work at 3:30 a.m. But yeah, man. So what was the other thing that I wanted to touch on? Because I just brought it up too. Oh yeah, so now I was using an analogy earlier, but I watched back one of my live video from like 5 o'clock or around 5 o'clock, and toward the end of it, I was using an illustration about URL battle rap versus hip hop and what it's like, and what industry artists versus the URL rappers and everything. It's basically it's the NBA versus Rucker Park, man, and one basketball. That's what it is. So you can have somebody who's in the NBA tearing it up, who's one of the best NBA players in the universe. And then you have these brothers at Rucker Park who have been playing ball their entire lives, played college ball, did okay or whatever, but they all tried out for the NBA and didn't make it. They tried. They wanted to be in the NBA, but didn't make it. So, went to Harlem. They in Rutgers. They can do the tricks like the Harlem Globetrotters. They can do that. That's dope. They can spin the finger all crazy. They can go behind the back, between the legs, and they can wiggle it with their foot. They can, all of that. They'll cross you up. But the thing is, when you watching N1 basketball, if they had real officials out there, referees, those games would be like 7-6. It wouldn't be no points. That's a carry. That's a travel. He took 30 steps. That's a self pass. That's another travel. He took 4 steps. That's a blatant carry. That's not even like a questionable drink. Nah, they doing these. That's a double dribble. But the fans are going crazy. It looks cool. Oh, yo, he crossed him. You seen that? Yo, he bounced it off his knee and then off his knee. And then he bounced it off his head like a soccer ball. And then and going off that way. And the crowd is going crazy. The cameras out there. The kids out there enjoying it. Everybody's screaming. It's dope. When they see it, you roll it between somebody's legs. And they do this cool stuff. But again, you have to remember, all of those brothers tried out for the league. They couldn't make it. Some of those brothers went overseas, they didn't even make it over there. And they got crazy handles to some degree. But at the end of the day, their best moves, man, they be traveling. And it's a completely different rule book. It's a whole different rule book. And it's specifically just about entertainment. It's not about the quality or integrity of the game. However, you do have these situations where Carmelo Anthony, Gray Hoodie Mello too, or a Kobe Bryant or Vince Carter. You do have these players who are elite in the NBA, but can go over to the Rucker and put in work. And put in work. Kobe, man, Kobe's my favorite player all time too. But Cole, man, Cole went to the Rucker and shut it down. He did a couple joints, like I was saying in the earlier video. He had a couple times where he'd go between the legs and he'd do some, throw himself an oop off the backboard. But he wasn't doing all that traveling. He wasn't doing all of that. He ain't put it in his shirt and wiggle it around and do it around his hips and then pass the ball with his with his clavicle or something. It wasn't like that. Squeeze the ball between his shoulder blades like they do, like the Globetrotters and all of that. They go behind the back and then squeeze it, and then you can't tell that they got the ball. Nah, he ain't do all of that. He had his couple moves, but he was out there cooking them, killing them. And you know, some people who wanted to see more of that, like, yo, Kobe, go between your legs sometimes. Go between your legs. Yo, Kobe, do this crazy pass. Yo, you played soccer, hit the ball with your head, make it go in. Like, they wanted to see all of that. But dude was out there, he was a killer. He went out there to put in work, real work, but still used the rules that he's used to playing by. So while he did do some things to entertain, he still maintained what he felt like is the integrity of the game that he loved. But then, so while all of the Rucker dudes tried out for the NBA, it was how many and one legends have made it to the NBA? Who, Rafer Alston? He made it, but that's pretty much all you can say, is that he made it. He wasn't really successful when he got there. He was okay. On that and one court, he's a monster though. Same thing with other brothers. But then also, there are some NBA players, you put them in the Ruckers, and they die. They die. They couldn't do nothing with those dudes. Those dudes would make them look real stupid. They'd be crossing them all up, and, you know, they'd bounce the ball off their head into the goal, and that dunk with that dude on his back. Is some NBA players who will go to the Rucker and just die and be made fools of. Straight up fools. That's how it works. But at the end of the day, man, you know, Cash is definitely, he can play in both leagues. So, but yeah, Cash, with the criticism, the hate, don't even worry about that. That's gonna come regardless, bro. If they can take these things away from you that we know you've done, like if they can take your success away from you that we've all seen, fam, you got the artists that these brothers look up to, like really look up to. Jada Kiss, they always dropping his name. The Locks, period. Luch, Swiss Beats, all of these dudes who have everybody's respect, their favorite artists. If those artists get on these cameras and say what they have said about you, what these guys are doing when they say, nah, well, that's not true. Those battles didn't happen, or it didn't happen like that. They're calling those brothers liars. So that's how far they're willing to go. You think they're called Kiss or Sheik, any of them liars to their face? Nah. You think they believe that those brothers are lying for Cassidy? No. They know what it is, man. They know what time it is. They know what type of killing spree you was on. And they know because they witnessed it. They all wanted to be like the dude too. So shout out to Arch for being honest in what was it, the second round. That's all of those brothers, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's to the point now where with the URL, it's cool to try to straight up drill this dude. It's cool to hate Cass, man. It's cool to do that. So, and they feel like, well, if we don't do this, then that means we're discrediting ourselves, because he says he's better than all of us. He says he's a better rapper than all of us, and he could beat us in our game. So we can't say nothing good about him. That's what haters do. And what you got to understand is, no matter what you do, a hater is going to find something wrong with it. They're not going to give you credit when it's due. They're going to take credit away. And that's just what it is. But the individuals who are constructively criticizing, bro, it's nothing wrong with taking advice, man. And like I was saying earlier, I know I ain't nobody in music. Nobody will never hear my name. I will never have no album credits anywhere for writing nobody's lyrics. I will never have accomplished that in music. That's not my twist. It's not my forte. As a matter of fact, I just started blogging. I've had some level of success, but it's not even that big. And a lot of it, man, you shouting me out helped me out. And I thanked you for that, and I continue to thank you for that. But at the end of the day, I'm about showing love, like real love. And real love is not me getting in front of the camera after this battle versus Arsenal. Real love will not be me getting in front of this camera like, yo, you right. Those are the best 3 rounds that I've heard in battle rap. Yo, you right. That was Cassidy at a 9, 9.5, 10. Because if I say that, and especially if enough people are saying that, you're gonna really feel like, yeah, that was me at my best, and that wasn't you at your best, bro. You've been better than that. You've been better than that. Oh, last thing. Shout out to Mr. Info Philly, man. I subbed to him last week, man. He been breaking down like the science of the bars. So I dropped his name a couple days before the battle, and I definitely just saw he did a breakdown of the round 1 of Cassidy versus Arsenal. Yo, he was saying some of the realest stuff in the world, B. Some of the realest stuff in the world. And like I said the other night, there was some stuff where he misspoke in that video from last week, and there's some stuff where it's like, you know, somebody who's really into it and really knows it like the back of their hand and like that, where of course they're going to have a little more, expertise, or they're going to have just more expertise in the area, period. But I agree with a lot of the sentiments that brother was making. And yo, it was like he was kind of hitting the nail on the head, for real, even with the criticism. And I understand. So I had to apologize, and I'm gonna end it with this, yo. I had to apologize to a lot of people since I've been blogging, but I had to apologize for some brothers on my on blogs that I've done, because I took something that they said verbally or something that they typed. I took it the wrong way, and I jumped out the window. And what they said, I took it a way that they did not mean it like that at all. Where I felt like I was being attacked or something, because y'all know, I knew this game comes with trolls. That's what people do. So there were situations where I'm dealing with trolls nonstop. People coming through literally just to hate. So I would be going through the comments, interacting with the people and talking to them, and I would read a comment, and there would be somebody who said something. I read it the wrong way, as if they was just one of the trolls too. And I would get, in front of the camera, and on my next blog, I would address it, just like I did with this joint today, where I was talking about the couple of goofies who had stuff to say. But then, it would be brothers who would say, oh, yeah, my bad, I ain't mean nothing by that. I was honestly just showing love. I was just saying that maybe you could do it such and such type of way. And it was constructive criticism, but I took it as, they was being like the other people, and I don't know them. And, so it's impossible. It's impossible to hear something or understand something like tone over an inbox message or a text with somebody that you don't know who it is and you don't know them. So, but when that happened, the first thing I did was I apologized to them if I, bombed on them for it. But the second thing I did was I took what they said under consideration. And even if it was somebody who was like just a fan or a subscriber and didn't have his own blog, there's certain criticism where I'm not going to take it from somebody who is not qualified to even, how are you qualified to tell me what or whatever? But if it's somebody who's on some, it's one of my watchers, like it's somebody who's watching me, who's telling me, all right, yo, this would improve this drink to me. This is what I personally like to see. Boom, and I have no problem with that. As far as dictating my content, nah, I don't allow anybody to dictate that. Meaning, if there's something that I want to discuss, I'm going to discuss it. Or if there's something that I don't want to talk about, nobody can make me talk about it. So, that's what it is. But as far as just suggestions or ways to improve, I'm always looking for those. I'm looking for those joints on my own. So if somebody else can lend a hand with that and they have suggestions, and not every suggestion should be, followed. And even there's sometimes where you follow a suggestion and maybe it didn't work out, the way the person thought it would or came across or whatever. But just being open to criticism ain't a bad thing. And it's definitely not weakness. So I know that that's what these brothers will have you to believe, but that's what they're here to do, Cash. That's what they're here to do. They are here to try to discredit you in any way that they possibly can. They're here to, basically, at the end of the day, their goal is they want to be on the same level as you. So if that means, and no matter how that happens, so if that means they elevated themselves, they got super duper dope, and they elevated themselves to the point in their careers or what they accomplished to the point where they can be mentioned with you, that's the way they'll do it. But for those individuals who don't have the aptitude to be able to do that, what's the next best thing to elevating themselves to your level when they want to be on the same level as you? The next best thing is, all right, well, I can't get it. I can't get myself up there, so the next thing is I got to get him down here. So of course there's going to be people that's like that. So they're going to try to find any way possible to make that happen. So, if they can try to rewrite your history and all of that and take things away from you, of course they're going to say, if you're taking suggestions from anybody, of course they're going to be like, yo, you supposed to be, you the hustler, yo, you this guy, how you taking suggestions from? Nah, bro. But accepting criticism, especially constructive, and especially from brothers who definitely got love for you and support you, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. So double bang gold gang. I've been talking for an hour, man. Thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate that. There's people trying to force me to say what they want me to say as far as who won the battle, who lost it. I didn't even want to focus on that because this is a bigger picture moment for me. This is a bigger picture moment because at the end of the day, I want Cass around. I want him around in battle rap. This dude is good for battle rap, yo. That's a fact. That's a fact. That can't be debated. This dude is good for battle rap. I want him around, but I know who he is. And bro, they already trying to kill your legacy, try to act like things never happened. So again, man, whenever you get in the ring, from this point forward, even from the first few times you got in the ring, you didn't battle Disaster, you didn't battle Goods, and you didn't battle Arsenal. So whoever the next dude on the plate is, you're not battling him neither, bro. You're battling your legacy. So keep that legacy intact, man. There's nothing wrong with making adjustments. For real, for real. It don't make you weak. It don't make you whack. You've accomplished more than what all of those battle rappers have accomplished. All of them. There's not one who's accomplished what you have. You've accomplished more than me and the other bloggers put together. Just putting your name, in titles of folks' videos, get people thousands and thousands of views. And they even try to spin that, but that's because he's crazy and they want to hear him talk crazy. Man, it's a lot of crazy people. They don't get numbers. A lot of y'all crazy. Arsenal just said he real against somebody who really never lost. That's not crazy though. What? Man, so just like I was saying about mediators, counseling between two parties or more, group therapy, whatever, usually the truth and the solution and the growth is in that place in the middle, and where neither party is happy or satisfied with what you say. And this is where I am right now. Neither party is going to be satisfied with what I say. To the individuals who is really on some like die hard, like, yo, Cassidy above everything, Cassidy over everything, yo, he can do no wrong. To those individuals, they not going to like what I've been saying, but it's not about that, man. Look, you like it or not, whatever. But also and yo, definitely cut this garbage out. Yo, yeah, yo. Y'all welcome. Y'all can come over to the BRC now, man. We've been waiting for y'all. Yo, yeah, you and just starting to rattle off names. Yeah, y'all brothers, man. Yeah, welcome to the other side. Other side of what? I'll never be like none of y'all. I'll never be down with none of y'all. Period. Y'all weirdos. Y'all think I was criticizing you for Cassidy? You think I was criticizing you just for no reason? All of the stuff that I said to make y'all whack and weirdos and I can never be like y'all or run with you, that stands. That's independent of any battle rapper. That's based on what I saw. To y'all goofies that you flip-flop and you try to say, I'm speaking against that from the beginning. If you are trying to say something to gain favor with somebody and it's not what you really think or feel in your heart, you trash to me. And that goes for anybody, for any reason. And that ain't love, y'all. That's not love. So for those who think y'all showing somebody love, and that goes for Cassidy, that goes for Arsenal, all of these battle rappers, because they all guilty of it to some degree at some point. They all had people around them who they spit their bars for me, they rhymes, And it's like, oh yeah, yo, that's the greatest. Like that's the great. Then they get on these stages, and it's like, yo, that's weak. But then they boys behind them, oh, going crazy over something weak. Y'all weak for that, B. Y'all people who do that, you weak, and you don't have any love for the person that you claiming to have love for. Because real love is about the other individual. It's not about you. But y'all so scared, yo. Well, if I say this and he don't like it, then then he not gonna let me on stage with him no more, or he's not gonna run his rhymes by me no more, or he's not gonna say my name no more, or he not gonna let me go to these away games with him. He not gonna let me be in a circle. He not going. Y'all worried about yourselves and the position that you in, and whatever benefits you could get. If that's your main thing, then y'all don't have true love for the individual that you claiming to have love for. That's not love, yo. That's not love. I told y'all the dynamic with my siblings and me. We tell each other the hard stuff. Mainly it's me that got to get told the hard stuff because they all, man, my family thorough, man. I love my siblings. I love my sisters. I love my big brother. Shout out my big brother's home, yo. He back in Jersey after almost 15 years. Crazy. It's good to have him back. But yeah, man, we tell each other the hard stuff. That's like something small, like, you married or whatever. You and your wife, y'all about to leave out. You going to dinner or a wedding or something. Y'all about to be around people, be around the family, friends, and your breath is humming. And you getting in the car, your breath is like disgusting. You need a mint, you need to brush your teeth or whatever. But your wife don't say nothing because she don't want, she don't feel like dealing with an attitude if you have an attitude, or the other way around. Or yeah, your wife breath stink, or you forget your deodorant. Real love is, yo, hun, you might want to go take care of that. Instead of, you don't say nothing because you don't feel like hearing it afterwards, or feel like dealing with no attitude, but you let her go and her breath is humming, and now she all in family members' faces, or you got a work thing, and now she out there looking crazy. Nah, bro, that's not love. That means you more worried about you and how the person's going to react towards you than you are about that person. That ain't love, and that ain't friendship, man. Show love, be friends. YMF, man, my bro, you was in error with that, and I wouldn't be showing you love if I didn't say it. If I didn't say that, if I said otherwise, if I said, oh, yeah, it's all good, it's a green light, that's a go, yeah, that's a hard move, like that's the move right there, that was real, yo, that's real, that would be weak. But man, go, gang, I'm gone. I'll get with y'all tomorrow.